Okay, so now I'm going to do an east and west split. So let me show you what that would look like. Hold on. Okay, so this is going to be what the east and west split. That's the east. This is where it would split right there. Now, Texas would be split in half in this split because Texas is a big state and it has a lot of the minerals and also energy. So I feel like the only fair thing to do, since we're cutting it in half anyways, is to split Texas in half. So this is what an east west split would look like. And again, in the middle, that's where it's going to be the walls. They have their wall, we have our wall, with a moat and dragons. No. All right, so let's do the mineral breakdown for the east and west split. Hold on, let me look at my notes. For east and west, you have Arizona, which is on the west. Then you have Nevada, which is on the west again. And then you have Texas, which we're splitting in the middle. California, which is on the west again. And then you have Alaska, which is on the east. So the west kind of gets a little bit of a monopoly in this split on minerals. And then also I mentioned before the timber, it comes from all the western states. So they would have full control of all the timber. That's what I'm trying to avoid with the north-south split. Also, I think there's a difference in the coast, the East Coast and the West Coast. I feel like shipping happens more from one of the coasts than the other. So that would be, and if you do the East and West split, whoever gets the coast that has all the shipping is, they have a lot of power. Trying to prevent one of the Americas from having more power than the other. There's going to be, benefits and pros and cons of both, but you still want to make it as fair as possible. So energy, you have Texas split in the middle. You have Pennsylvania is on the east. West Virginia is on the east. Wyoming's on the west. And then Louisiana's on the east. So your energy, the east has a little bit of a monopoly. So, I mean, that's good for barter and trade since the west has the monopoly on minerals. And barter and trade is the way to go, but you have to have reasonable people. So it can't be like, see, Trump, he's not reasonable. You have to have reasonable leaders in order to have barter and trade and work well with each other. So this only works well if you have reasonable leaders that are willing to barter and trade. So I'll show you the split again. Hold on. Okay, and you just tell me which one you like. I don't think I assigned Alaska and Wyoming. Hold on. I don't know if I put Alaska and Hawaii on a side yet for this one, for the east and west. Or maybe I did. Oh yeah, Alaska was East Coast. Okay, so this is the split. It would go right between North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, but we'd have to split Texas down the middle. All right, so tell me what you think. All right, carry on.